Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here with Mark, the CEO of VegReady. I'm about to test products from VegReady, a whole meal for the first time. So by the time this video comes out, they should be up and going. So I'll have a link in the description below where you guys can check out more about them. But do you want to just tell people a little bit who aren't familiar about VegReady?
So VegReady was created to help either new vegans or maybe someone who doesn't want to go vegan. They just want to change a little bit of their diet in the right direction. They want to eat better a couple times a week. So this is designed to be a tool to help someone who wants to eat 2 vegan meals a week, but they're not trying to go vegan. They're not trying to change their whole life. They don't want to spend a lot of hours trying to figure out meals.
It's almost like a stepping stone, right?
Exactly.
Into the plant-based world.
Yeah, beginning, baby steps.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what the meal comes in. We have Peruvian grown quinoa with savory vegetables. So opening this up, what are we seeing here, Mark? Do you want to kind of go over just a little bit?
So each box, each meal, has 3 elements. There's a quinoa as a main dish, and then you have a salsa, different flavors. You have 4 different flavors right now. We have a total of 50 different dishes coming, but we're up to 10 right now. And then this is a greens dish. We think greens are really important, and we hope that people will choose these. They'll be able to mix and match their own combinations later, but right now we start out with spinach and broccoli green. This is ratatouille with eggplant, tomato, zucchini, and this is a quinoa with lentils. And you're gonna open them, just like you will. They're room temperature. They store at room temperature for 12 months, so they're very convenient. You just store them and then carry them either in your purse, your backpack, or your briefcase. Carry them to work, use them. You can travel with them. Of course, keep them in the car, whatever you want to do. And when you open them, you eat them. You don't have to cook. You don't have to defrost. You don't have to rehydrate. You don't have to do anything.
That's awesome. Yeah, no refrigeration needed. It's like you were saying, like a jar of pasta sauce or something like that. It's like, it's good to go.
So the reason they're safe, there's no chemicals. The reason they're safe is that they're cooked inside this little container. And so that's the process. It's just like canning. It's a 150-year-old technology. And when you cook it in that container, it's safe for 12 months until you open it. Then once you open it, you got to eat it or refrigerate it.
All right, I'm just going to get into it because I'm super hungry.
Go ahead,
Is that cool?
Give it a try.
Okay.
Let's watch.
All right, so you just, you peel this open, which I love. Like, you don't need it to be refrigerated. That's the beauty of it, because it's so convenient, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. We knew that if we made it convenient, it's more likely people would try it. So you got quinoa with lentils.
I'm opening up like the salsa you got here.
It's designed, there's room in the quinoa tray to mix it in. That's a really great way to do it. Yeah.
Nice.
So and I recommend you taste it separately first.
Okay.
And then you'll mix it. You'll
got it.
You sense it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me give the quinoa itself a try first.
There's no chemicals. It's natural. You'll notice a little bit of lemony flavor. There's a little citric acid and there's a little lemon juice. By the time you mix them together, it's a nice mix of oil and lemon juice.
Tastes really good. So I could eat the lentils and quinoa by themselves. I think like the combo will go really well.
What do you notice about the vegetables? What's the texture to your mouth when you chew?
It's really soft, very easy to chew.
One of the things I wanted to mention about vegetables that sit in a container for a long time, in frozen vegetables, they lose all their texture. They're mushy. I hated that. So we didn't want to go with frozen vegetables, and we wanted to have some mouthfeel, some texture. So as you're eating this and mixing this with quinoa, notice, if you have a chewiness, and if you have a mouthfeel, if you can identify you're biting into a piece of eggplant, you're biting into a piece of onion, you're biting into a piece of zucchini or tomato. There's different textures.
Really good.
Yeah, the texture. So you'll have visual appeal, mouth texture you're used to that's pleasurable, great taste. Now you're going to try the spinach broccoli. That's the greens dish. Greens are so important. They're the broom that sweep the inside of our alimentary canal. Very important, very healthy. Got garlic, it's got onions, spinach, broccoli. Again, the mouth feel, a little bit of chunkiness from the size of the size of the pieces of broccoli.
That's really good. And this definitely has more of a crunch than like your salsa.
Good, glad you like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like you do like it. That's great. Glad I could serve you lunch today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, Tino.
Always up for a great vegan meal. I love the texture, like the quinoa, the lentils, they're more of like the crunchiness. The vegetables are a little softer, but they add that flavor in. The greens are tasty. Like you want greens to taste really good. They have so many benefits, but many people don't eat them because they just taste bland.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Probably add some ginger to one of the flavors coming down the pipe, maybe broccolini.
Yeah.
We have some cabbage. We're working with cabbage, another cruciferous vegetable, maybe Brussels sprouts. Right now in the first 50, it's Peruvian flavored and Peruvian vegetables. And then the next 50 will be the Mediterranean, Greece, Turkey.
Yeah.
And then the next 50 after that will be Southeast Asia, and the last 50, India.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you make with like the Mediterranean stuff, because I mean that's like my family's from Greece.
Nice.
And, yeah, I honestly can't wait.
Yeah, hummus, baba ganoush, grape leaves, lentils, tapenades.
Yeah.
We have a vegan pesto we're working on, and there'll be an artichoke parmesan type, vegan parmesan type dip. We'd like to have a vegan non-gluten mac and cheese, and then offer a line of foods like that. That'll probably be in the Greek base. But the key here is to make it really so easy, and it's got to be affordable. It's got to be delicious, and that way people will use it and begin forming good habits. So this is the goal of VegReady. First 50 meals come from Peru. One of the reasons we chose Peru is they have a great, very sophisticated ecosystem for exporting U.S. quality, FDA approved food products. The second reason we chose Peru, equally as important, is that they're the first country in the world to outlaw GMOs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Big.
Yeah.
And so they have some superfoods as well in their traditions. They have maca, they have quinoa. It's a culinary tourism destination. People from Europe and other parts of Latin America travel to Peru just on eating vacations. So we were lucky that we found these great producers, mass producers, that could translate a stovetop, meaning a recipe for a home version, into mass producing. We produce 16,000 meals at a time, minimum. They meet FDA standards, they have kosher, they have, of course, non-GMO.
Sure.
They do have some organic, but we didn't go organic right away. We'd like to move in that direction.
Oh, that's nice.
More products become available, but it would have bumped the price up just a little bit more. And we didn't want to be that far away from a Burger King meal.
Yes.
We want to make it easy for someone to make that switch.
Right.
And if it's a couple dollars more, that's a barrier. Till they love it. Then once they love it, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, let's start out at $7.50 a meal. It's a couple dollars more, but a couple times they'll try it.
Yeah.
And then if they love it, it'll become more of their way of living, and maybe they'll start making meals on Sunday night and bringing it in Tupperware.
Are these being delivered to consumers directly, or can people find these at stores near them?
My goal was to bring a product to market that would help people make a change if they wanted to make a change. If they want to eat a couple meals a week, we want them to do that. If they want to go all the way vegan, that's their business. We want them to do that too. But we wanted to help people make a change, make it convenient for them. We decided on a product that had really good shelf life. We'd like to move toward less packaging. We'd like to move towards organics. We have plans for that. But we're starting out with a product that is priced very close to a Burger King meal. So if you eat Burger King 5 days a week, you can eat this twice a week and cut down to 3 days a week for Burger King. That's the goal. It's $7.50 a meal. And you order one meal case is 8 meals. So that's a meal plan for a month, 2 a week. And then it can get on recurring, every month. And then eventually you'll be able to order different flavors and pick and choose and match. Yeah. And we also have an optional upgrade, let's say, where you can order a packet of a functional booster. Maybe you want to add more protein, so it's a protein powder. Maybe you want to add some anti-inflammatory, turmeric, garlic, ginger.
That's awesome.
And you put that in your quinoa.
Really cool. Yeah.
Then we have a tasteless but very effective probiotic and prebiotic. And you just either mix it in your food, you can take it in your mouth and drink a little water down. And that really feeds the microflora that lives in our gut and that is so important for digesting food, for absorption of food. It's part of our immune system, it's part of our moods, it contributes to the brain chemistry to give us positive hormones in our brain, all this research that's coming out. So anyway, we want to help people make a change that they say they want to make. If they want to eat a couple meals a week, this is a great tool. That was what the design of VegReady was originally. We wanted to do that. The next iteration of VegReady will be personalized to choice, where you can choose different flavors. The next iteration will be the functional boosters we mentioned. We have 18 formulas. We'll start with 2. And then you'll be able to choose and add those to your meals. And then the last iteration will be meals that are matched to your DNA or your microflora. So you'll send in your DNA report or your microflora report you get from another third party. We'll be agnostic to where you get your research done. You'll send that in to us. Our API will talk to it. It'll compare it using an algorithm we'll write to the metadata that's out there, the published data that's out there that talks about which foods are best for which genes and which foods enhance your microflora.
That's awesome. I love all these stages that you guys have planned, and especially that last one, because there's so much going on with the microbiome, and that's a really growing area, a really fast one too. You're targeting populations that are eating Burger King instead of meals like this, and I think this is such a great, if you can get people to eat less burgers and more of this, I'm totally down for that. What was the idea of kind of the packaging itself? What thought went into that?
Well, originally we wanted it to feel like something they would be proud to have on their desk at work. So we wanted to make it beautiful and colorful. And then there's this little booklet, which is a lot of the answers to what the benefits are when you start substituting 2 meals a week. And then we think it's attractive, but after the first month, you won't get these boxes anymore. You'll just get the dishes, and you'll carry them to work, and we'll provide you with a free VegReady branded little clutch bag. So we're hoping that people will cut down on their footprint by eating vegan. That's one of the biggest ways to help the environment, is to eat foods that require a lot less water, a lot less resources to grow, and animal products require so much more.
Right.
The other way, of course, is minimize packaging. So we want to do our part in that, work in that direction. The plastics that are used are recyclable, and they do not have BPA. So that's, of course, that's the standard today in our industry. And the goal, of course, is to help people match food to their choices, to their aspirations, their desires, and eventually food is medicine. Yeah.
It is one. Let food be thy medicine. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Hippocrates. We're working with PETA, and we're working with MFA, Mercy for Animals, and Compassion Over Killing, and In Defense of Animals, and Meatless Mondays, and Happy Cow. So a lot of the great vegan organizations working together to help people. If people want to change, we want to help them.
Doing our part, yeah. If you guys know somebody who's eating at Burger King, and you want them to try some vegan, send them this way. Let them try VegReady, and I'll have the link in the description down below, which you guys can check out or forward. But yeah, Mark, thank you so much for letting me try your food. I really appreciate this, man.
Looks like you liked it. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I sure did.
Thanks, Tino.
Absolutely.